Imagine walking into a meeting that could save your company's life and getting laughed at. That is exactly what happened in Dallas, Texas, in the year 2000, when Netflix begged Blockbuster for help. It was a moment that felt insignificant to the executives in that room, yet it quietly rewrote business history. So how did the king of video rentals die? By laughing at the future sitting right in front of it. At the turn of the millennium, Blockbuster looked absolutely unbeatable to almost everyone watching the market. The company had around 9,000 stores globally, dominating Friday nights for millions of families. Those late fees made up about 16% of its total revenue, a huge slice of the business. When the cash is flowing that easily, it becomes dangerously simple to confuse momentum with invincibility. To investors, Blockbuster looked like a cash machine. To customers, it often felt like a trap wrapped in popcorn. Meanwhile, Netflix was a tiny, struggling company playing a completely different game with the same customers. Founded in 1997 by Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph, Netflix started as a DVD by mail service. When it launched DVD rentals in 1998, DVD players were in only about 2% of American households. Betting on this new format looked crazy, especially against Blockbuster's wall of comfortable VHS cassettes. Yet Netflix's founders believed that once DVD penetration hit 20%, the model would truly start working. They were playing a long game, patiently building for a future that most of the industry still underestimated. By 1999, Netflix shifted to a subscription model, removing parental charges and late fees completely. In February 2000, they launched an all-you-can-watch plan at about $19.95 per month. Subscribers could hold up to 4 DVDs at a time, with no due dates and no late penalties whatsoever. This wasn't just pricing innovation. It was a direct attack on the psychological pain Blockbuster had normalized. That small difference in incentive would later become a massive strategic fault line between the two companies. But in early 2000, Netflix looked far from victorious. It actually looked like a company in serious trouble. The dot-com crash had smashed valuations and dried up easy funding for internet businesses almost overnight. Conversion from trial users to repeat-paying subscribers was slower than investors expected. To survive, Netflix needed either a huge strategic partner or a buyer willing to take a bold bet. That is when Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph decided to approach Blockbuster. The meeting happened in Dallas, Texas, in September 2000, inside Blockbuster's headquarters. Reed Hastings, Mark Randolph, and CFO Barry McCarthy flew in from California, hoping for a lifeline. On the other side sat John Antioco, Blockbuster's high-profile CEO. Netflix offered to sell the company for around $50 million. They also proposed running Blockbuster's online brand, while Blockbuster focused on stores. The logic was strong, but the psychology ran in the opposite direction. Blockbuster executives saw Netflix as a niche service. They reportedly laughed them out of the room. Blockbuster assumed technology would move slowly enough for them to react later. That assumption became fatal. Late fees made up a major share of profits. Netflix removed them entirely. Netflix optimized for satisfaction. Streaming changed everything. Netflix invested early. Blockbuster hesitated. By 2010, Netflix dominated. Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy. Only one Blockbuster store survives today. The lesson is simple. Disruption never looks dangerous until it has already won.